Hi Virgo, this is your forecast for the month of July 2018. This is a general reading for Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, or Virgo Moon. For a more rounded overview, please watch your rising and moon sign as well. Now, the underlying energy is this Lover's card. For some of you, there's a Gemini person that's playing an important role. But for others of you, there's a decided focus on partnerships, colleagues, lovers, perhaps if this is surgery, a healer. This is about good friends and choices to be made. So some of you, you may feel like you're faced with an impossible choice. Maybe you're dealing with an opponent or you're separated from someone. You realize you're in an unhealthy relationship, or there are issues where somebody's simply not committed, either you or the other person. For some of you, if this was a love triangle, this could be choosing between two lovers. You may be struggling with some form of temptation. But the issue is definitely on choices, on unions, on sharing, on trust. For some of you, again, this ties to a short trip or healing in some way. But for others of you, this is about a romantic meeting and sexuality and adjusting to a partnership, perhaps a new relationship, or you're making decisions about a relationship you're already in. But you are dealing with something that has a trial connected to it. Whatever the choice is, whether it's an opportunity, a crossroads in a relationship, choosing between two people, something that you have to deal with has a price to it, and you have to consider it carefully. In some cases, maybe this was a bad choice. Maybe it's the end of a love affair. There's been some inconsistency, or somebody just wants to be free no matter what. So you have issues of commitment because of a fear of that, fear of true intimacy. Or maybe you're waiting. You're not going to make that choice. Or, again, there could be some infidelity or marital problems or unhealthy relationships. For some of you, this is a health problem or some hurt feelings, or somebody outside of your connection is creating havoc within your relationship. Some of you, you may feel very isolated. Fortunately, this card gives you the opportunity to repair. You can work on whatever is not working. Whatever you are not clear on, you can gain some clarification. And part of that is getting to know yourself better, becoming more aware of you, understanding other people as a result of that, you in the context of other people. And whatever you find out, again, you're taking that Seven of Pentacles and doing some reassessment. Whatever you find out can give you some peace of mind. This Lover's card says that you may be meeting some people, a couple of people, and those people may tie to your destiny somehow. Or for some of you, you're reconnecting to somebody from your past. And again, you'll have to make the choice about whether that reconnection is worth it. What is important is that this is a month where you're going to be very responsible, very dedicated, and you've got something boosting you to help you move forward. And it's that personal appeal of yours, your charm, your magnetism, your diplomacy. And you're going to find that you are attracting people into your circle. And these encounters make you feel good. They bolster, your sense of self-worth. But at the same time, if you have a goal to achieve, there can be, these people can be disruptive. They can be interfering. They can, as pleasurable as it may be, they can stop you from making progress. They can be the interference that's keeping you from achieving your goal. So there's a change taking place this month. There's some transformation. You're moving in a new direction. And that may require an ending first or facing some kind of truth. It could be that you're waiting with that Seven of Pentacles and waiting and waiting and waiting. And you have to realize that nothing is going to move forward. This is going to be a good month where you communicate, where you express yourself, and you do it in a way, full of diplomacy, lightheartedness, good intention, and humor. And that's going to make sure that things move forward, especially if there's been some harsh words with that Three of Swords. You may be able to salvage something, come to some kind of terms where each of you doesn't feel threatened by the other. In fact, this could be a month where you're very much so taking on the Fool personality. You're being very playful. You want to take a risk. You're willing to be adventurous. You're spontaneous. And that's going to help you make a lot of gains in whatever pursuit, whether it's creative, artistic, academic. You're going to get ahead because you've got a good attitude. And people are noticing what you're doing. You may be in the spotlight. Again, people may want to connect to you. That may pay off for you beneficially. The Seven of Pentacles may be some gain with very little effort on your part. You may be up for some kind of notice, some award or promotion. Maybe you get a financial bonus, or you get recognized in your field of work, your career, or you receive an apology where there's been some harsh words. Now, this is a month where, again, relationships are in focus. And it's likely that at least one or two of those will experience some kind of conflict or tension or stress. And once again, you may want to stuff something down, bite your tongue, and not speak your truth. That's only going to create more misunderstanding. It's much, much better if you just get everything out in the open so that you can move forward. Part of this has to do with that issue of popularity. You could be at a popularity peak right now, and this desire to remain there, to have people like you. You're trying to please others, accommodate others, and it's putting a strain on you. So once you let go of that, those relationships fall in line. But again, you have to look at where you're being too accommodating, where you're playing second fiddle so the other person can feel okay, where maybe you're being too jealous, or in some cases where you're relating to others with very little substance. You are exploiting that charm in order to get over or to serve your agenda rather than connecting on a truly intimate level. Or maybe you're dealing with someone like that. So this is going to be a month where that charisma is very important in how you wield that power that you have. Are you exploiting it, or are you doing it to, smooth things over, bind those ties, solidify relationships? And you have two major cards. You have the Fool and the Lover. So you're making decisions about partnerships, choices that could be, anywhere from traveling to moving in new directions. The thing is, there's not a lot of motivation here. There's some apathy. There's a lack of desire, and there's this very much push-pull, back and forth energy. So for some of you, there's some issues connected to losing control of your logic to the emotions. Maybe you're involved in a confusing situation, and your emotions can easily overwhelm you and overtake your reason. So you may be overcome with emotion. You may be losing clarity. You may be acting on your emotion. You may be not wanting to face the harshness of reality or dealing with people like that. And this month ties to your ambitions. And, again, repairing, clarifying, improving a situation that allows your daily function to improve. And taking stock of your relationships with others, your investment, what you're getting in return from others. You may feel stuck, like you can't come up with ideas, but perhaps you may be getting some help from your friends. All right, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'd love for you to join me on Instagram or at my blog for a daily post. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.